Hello, everyone, and welcome to Progress Junior Golf with Live Sport Now and the England Golf Young Ambassadors. My name is Steve Jackson, and this is Ian Waterhouse.
Hello, everybody. Hello, Steve Jackson. How are you? Quite a quick succession, actually, these podcasts for us, aren't they, so far?
Yeah, the last one was a little bit late, and this one's a little bit early, I suppose, so hence the reason why. But we need to get some out there, don't we? And actually, ironically enough, this podcast was mentioned in the previous one, so obviously we wanted to get this one out as quick as possible. As we say here, this podcast is about junior golf. It's about the next generation of golfers. It's about getting more boys and girls playing the game of golf. This is show number 52. We did say it'd been mentioned in the previous one because we've got a special episode for you here because we've got a program. Well, it surrounds one of the best golfers in the world. In fact, the 8th best golfer in the world. No, is Tiger the 8th best?
Ian Waterhouse.
Not quite.
Steve Jackson. Ian Waterhouse.
I'm in it, if that helps.
No, that doesn't really sell it, unfortunately. No, of course, we jest. It is the one, the brilliant Charley Hull, of course. What a pleasure.
Yes.
And good on Charley as well for doing it. She's done this for a couple of years now with Shires Junior Golf Tour, hasn't she? So, she's pretty cool as well, Charley. Every time we've asked for an interview, she's always been, let's do it. So thank you, Charley. You're a superstar.
Yes. So basically, for those who aren't aware, then Charley, I've known Charley for a long time, actually, probably longer than both of us want to admit, but she's the ambassador for the Shires Junior Golf Tour, who I'm the secretary of. And as part of her role as the ambassador, she gave a wonderful prize for 3 junior golfers to have a day with her. It was supposed to be a day at Woburn Golf Club, but unfortunately the weather intervened.
The weather's been awful, wasn't it? It's a good job it wasn't this week, Steve.
Well, yes, cold, wet, everything, couldn't it, this week? But John and Gaunt Golf Club stepped in at the last minute. I mean, when I say the last minute, literally at the last minute, and said that we could come along and do the day there. So there's 3 golfers there who won the opportunity to have a day with Charley Hull, and we were there. Now, as we mentioned, this actually took place on the day of the podcast that we did a couple of weeks ago. Now, we obviously wanted to give it lots of coverage. Perhaps it was a little bit too quick a turnaround to try and get it ready for that evening. But we've managed to do that now. We've got some videos. We've got photos from the day. We've got media coverage as well of the day. And, of course, I was there on the day as well. Now, as much as you'd love to hear my thoughts on what happened on the day, I'm delighted to say that joining us live on the Progress Junior Golf podcast is one of the juniors who was involved. That's Caelan Beveridge. His dad, Graham, as well. He'll be joining us as well. They were both there on the day. So fascinating to hear. It's all well and good as adults, and you were there last year when we did it last year, Ian. It's all well and good as adults going, well, they went well or not. But it's a lot better to hear from the juniors and the parents and find out what they thought of it, you see. So that's what the podcast is going to be all about today. So a little bit different than previous ones, but
can I just say, anybody tuning in, this video, you've put together a really good video of the day, so you can see Charley in action and stuff, and appearance on BBC as well. So do stay tuned for this because it's really good, and hearing from Graham and Caelan's going to be fantastic as well. Steve, just before we get into the news, of course, the junior golf news is coming up first. Before we do that, a little bit of housekeeping, of course. As ever, this is an interactive show. We want to hear from you, so do get in touch with us. The live chat just above Steve's head is open. There's a QR code. Give that a scan. It'll take you straight through to the live chat section at Live Sport Now on YouTube. We are live across Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and LinkedIn, so you can contact us on any of those platforms. But if you do it in that live chat on YouTube, it pops up into our little studio, and we can show it on screen as well. If it's a really nice comment, if it's commenting on my hair or something like that, then we can show it on screen. Of course, if you comment on Steve's hair, well, he ain't got any, so we won't be showing that. But in all seriousness, you can access that. There is a link in the body of this broadcast as well, which will take you through it if you don't want to scan the QR code, or you can just head over to YouTube and type in Live Sport Now. And at any point as well, if you do want to find out more about Progress Junior Golf, and do check it out because it is an absolute goldmine, a treasure trove of information on junior golf tournaments taking place in 2024 and so much more as well. Website's running across the bottom, but again, wherever you're watching this, there's a link in the body of this broadcast which will take you to Steve's website. You.
Right. First things first, then let's do the junior golf news then. This time of the year, as always, not too many competitions to talk about, but there's a major golfing award ceremony that took place. England Golf, not just a major award ceremony for them, their centenary as well. So 100 years they've been going. I wasn't actually aware of this, but they held it at Midland Manchester Hotel, and that was actually where England Golf Union was first formed. So a little bit of symmetry there. The fact that they've gone back to somewhere where they formed all those many years ago. It's hosted by Sky Sports presenter and of course former professional as well, Nick Doherty. Now, 11 category winners were given out on the day. Some of them, actually quite a lot of them, had junior involvement in some way, shape or form. We won't go through all of them, but we'll certainly mention the ones which had some kind of junior involvement. So performance of the year, that was one. I think we've got a photo of the winner here, Chris Kim from Walton Heath Golf Club in Surrey. He picked up the award, as we mentioned there, from Nick Doherty. There's Nick on the left, and obviously that's Chris. Now the irony about this is, Ian, is the fact that it's performance of the year, but it could have been any one of a number of performances because he had a fantastic year, that 16-year-old from Walton Heath. So he won the Fairhaven Trophy. He won the McGregor Trophy, which is the English Boys Under-16 Championship. He also won the Boys Amateur Championship. Obviously, on the back of those performances, he got selected to play for England. Bronze medal in the European Boys Team Championships. He was part of the England team, which won the R&A Home Internationals. And he was also selected to represent Europe in the Junior Ryder Cup when we beat America. So what a cracking, like I say, pick any one of those performances and he could have quite easily won the award. But well done to Chris. Obviously, by the looks of it, he had a fantastic evening as well. Right, some of the other awards which were given out. Participation and Development Coach of the Year, that went to Alex McGregor from Addington Court, down in your neck of the woods, down in Surrey. Young Volunteer of the Year award. This was won by, sometimes quite often actually, it's won by England Golf Young Ambassador. This year it was won by Freya Allen. Once again, I think we've got a photo of Freya with her trophy. She's from Elsham Golf Club in Lincolnshire, and Freya is just 12 years old. So, you know, winning a Volunteer of the Year award at the age of 12 years old. She only started golf, I think, 3 or 4 years ago, through Girls Golf Rocks, which ironically enough, we are going to be doing a podcast on Girls Golf Rocks. So I'm going to try and see whether we can get Freya on that show, because it'd be great to hear her thoughts on how to...
There you go, Freya. If you're watching, get in touch with Steve-O so we can
absolutely
get you
on. Yes. But you know, obviously she must have fallen in love with the game, and you know, and quite rightly she's got an award for her work there. Right. Other award, County of the Year, that went to Devon. Diversity and Inclusion Champion, that was Nicola Bennett from Bush Hill Park Golf Club in Middlesex. I've started working for Bedfordshire Golf as their junior organizer, and I've just joined the county who won the County of the Year last year, and they've only gone and won the Club of the Year. Bedfordshire Golf Club has won the Club of the Year, and another one, Sustainability Project of the Year, was won by Colworth Golf Club in Bedfordshire. So they've won 3 awards in the last 2 years, and they've hired me. So it's all going to go downhill from now onwards, isn't it? Yes.
You're like the guy replacing Jurgen Klopp, aren't you?
Yes, or Sir Alex Ferguson or something like that. Yeah, absolutely. Follow that kind of thing. But I will do my best. That's all I can say. Right, Tournament Venue of the Year. Then there's some of these events you've covered, but one of them was Shriftnell Golf Club in Shropshire. They hosted the English Girls Under-16s and Under-14 Championship in August. Mentioned the Young Volunteer of the Year. Volunteer of the Year award was won by Abby Frodsham from Wallasey Golf Club. Once again, done a lot of work with junior golf. In fact, she works in 9 different schools. 500 kids she's done work with. Also acts as a junior organizer for her golf club. And also she's part of Girls Golf Rocks as well. So interesting, might even try and get her on the program as well. Talk about that. Staying with women's and girls golf, the Women Girls Trailblazer of the Year award, that went to Jersey Ladies Golf Development Group. And finally, as far as the awards on the night, the 11 which were given out, the Lifetime Service Award, that went to Graham McCormack from Birchwood Park Golf Club in Cheshire. Have a guess how long he's been involved in junior golf in Cheshire then, Ian?
Well, a lifetime award would suggest it's been longer than a year.
Yes.
I don't know.
Yes.
I don't want to insult the guy by getting it, but let's say if he's, say, 70 years old now,
just involved in junior golf, not
just
golf.
In junior golf. Okay.
Junior golf.
Okay. I'm going to say 20 years then, because
that's a good guess. Yeah.
Right?
Over 40 years he's been involved.
I was going to say 50,
golf.
but I didn't want to look stupid.
But well, it might well be 50. Over 40 is 50. Could well be. You never know. Who knows? Yeah. But hey, look, and by the sounds of it, rightly won the award as well. So well done to him. There were a few other awards which were given out, and I think this is the first time they've given these awards out. A Hall of Fame inductees. Some of the usual suspects you can imagine, the likes of Dame Laura Davis, Trish Johnson, Gary Wolstenholme, Sir Michael Bonalac, Bridget Jackson, Gerald Mecklem, but also ones which are heavily involved with junior golf as well. So Nick Faldo, of course, who started up the Faldo series 27 years ago, and of course won one or two tournaments as a professional golfer as well. You might have noticed that over the years. Luke Donald, who is the Ryder Cup captain, he also has a junior competition at his, I think it was his home club, his very first club, Beaconsfield, called the Luke Donald Salver. Peter McAvoy, he has a big junior competition, the McAvoy Trophy. It takes place at Copteath. Peter Allis, the TV commentator, he was also given, of course, Peter passed away a few years ago, but he was given inducted into the Hall of Fame. And a couple of other ones as well. Georgia Hall, who we're going to mention Charley Hull. Actually, when I was at the British Open earlier this year, Georgia is managed by the same company as manages Charley. I was there to have a chat with Charley about a few things, and Georgia was there and gave me some girls' tops to give to some junior golfers. So, didn't have to, but thank you very much for that. I don't think she got the Lifetime Achievement Award on the back of that, but that says everything. A very good golfer, but also a really good ambassador for the game as well. And finally, as well, Alison Nicholas as well, who's won a major tournament as a golfer, and she's a junior golf organizer in Warwickshire, where I also work as well. So well done to all those people there for winning awards. Right, did say there's not been many competitions, but there has been one or two. And once again, young golfers have done very well in them. South African Amateur Championship then took place at Royal Johannesburg Golf Club. Ben Webber, then he won the Proudfoot Trophy. Then this is basically the qualifying, the stroke play qualifying over 36 holes. He finished top of the leaderboard, 69 in the first round, 66 in the second round. So he won that. Have a guess how old he is in him.
Well, is it junior? So 15.
14 years old. So that's a talent. 69, 66. Yeah. And so they went through to the knockout stages. Obviously, he didn't go on to win it. Well, not obviously, but he didn't go on to win it. But it was won by a British golfer, won by Gregor Graham. Now, you might remember Gregor. You might remember the surname because we mentioned his younger brother, Conor Graham, on a regular basis. Conor's had a really good last few years or so. Conor's 16 years old. Gregor, well, he's a veteran at 19 years old. He went on and won the match play stages. Actually, followed him and did really well the following week. Actually, he finished third the following week in South Africa. Right, and staying in South Africa, there was a Challenge Tour event. I know you do some work with the Challenge Tour and some of the tours. The Challenge Tour event, Frenchman Martin Couvra. It might be a name you might remember because he was mentioned on a few occasions last year because he won 3 South African major amateur championships last year. He also won on the Challenge Tour last year as well as an amateur. I think he's only about the 7th or 8th ever amateur to win on the Challenge Tour. Immediately turned professional. Well, first round of the tournament today. This is hot off the. Have you got your breaking news? Because this is literally hot off the press. I only got the press release out about an hour ago.
No,
sorry.
You wait for me to type it.
Well, we just say breaking news. Breaking news.
Breaking news. Caught me on the hop there. This is the beauty of being live, isn't it? No post editing here. It's you go ahead, Steve. You go ahead. And
okay.
I'll see if I can get that.
Yeah. By the time I've actually got around to telling the story, you might well have got it written down. Anyway, breaking news. First round today, then, and he shot an 11 under par 61. Let me tell you, Ian, I've had 3 eagles in my life playing golf for X amount of years. I won't say exactly how many years, but plenty. Well, he had three in one day. I had three in a lifetime. He has 3 in one day, but well done to him. He's 21 years old, so I think that's one player which will go on and become a really, really good player there. So that's it as far as the results are concerned. Just one final mention there. You kind of mentioned it as well a little bit about the Progress Junior Golf website, about some of the competitions on there, and you can go on there. I've spent the last couple of days updating the list of competitions on there. I've been working my way through the counties.
Hang on, Steve. Hang on. Breaking news. Steve has updated the website.
Absolutely. There you go. Bang. There you go. Have a guess how many competitions are currently on that website. Currently, because I haven't finished putting them all in yet. Just this year.
You do every club, don't you? So like you cover almost every. I don't count 250 for now.
250, 1,200 competitions on there. So if you want to play in a junior golf competition and you're thinking
just taking place in the UK as well, it's just UK.
Just UK, 1 or 2 in Ireland as well, but yeah, basically in the UK. So if you're looking, you're thinking, well, there's no junior competitions out there for my son or daughter to play in, or my grandson or someone or a friend or something like that. Well, that's not.
There's over 1,000.
That is not the case.
That's not even completed.
And that's not been completed yet. I've still got plenty of other. So there's all the tours on there. Most of the county events are on there in England. Haven't really even started going on Scotland and Wales and Ireland yet. So there's going to be loads more on there. So if you want to find out what's out there, please go onto the website, progressjuniorgolf.com, and you will find out about all the competitions there are in the country to play in, including the Shires Junior Golf Tour. And they have a pretty good prize for the winners from last year. What was that prize, Ian?
A golf day with the one and only Charley Hull at Woburn / actually John O'Gorn.
Yes. That was the prize from last year's junior golf.
I've never been to John O'Gorn, actually, funny enough.
Well, you had the opportunity, but you just didn't come along. You were invited. There you go. Right.
It's a long way. It's a long way from the south.
Yeah, well, yeah, of course, yes. Right, but there were 3 golfers there who were invited. They came along and met Charley Hull. We had a really special day, but don't let me tell you about it. Let's hear from Kaylin Beveridge, Georgia Monday, and Oliver Goodman were the other 2 golfers, but Kaylin was there on the day. His dad was there as well. So let's bring Kaylin and Graham in. How are we doing, guys?
Good.
Hi, good, thanks.
Good. Right. So let's talk about the day then. So for those who I've mentioned there, the fact that you won the opportunity to have a day with Charley Hull, then give us a little bit more details then, Kaylin, about exactly what you did do and how you won this opportunity.
Well, the Shires Golf Tour, where they do all the events around Leicestershire and Nottinghamshire and all the different places, there was a big final event at the end of the season, and the first prize for the big final event was to get to play around with Charley Hull at Woburn. And I came along to the event at Market Harbour, and I played well, and I won it.
So just to give you an idea, there were 3 prizes on offer. There was one for the top division, so that was handicaps 18 and below, one for 19 handicap up to 36, and Kaylin was in the handicap division 36 to 54, weren't you, Kaylin?
Yeah.
Now, be honest then. Be perfectly honest, right? And you are allowed to tell the truth on this podcast. Me and Ian don't, not all the time anyway. Be honest. What did you know about Charley Hull before you found out you were playing around the golf with her?
I actually genuinely did. When I first heard Charley Hull, like, as a person, I thought it was a boy. But then I saw the big poster outside of Market Harbour's golf club, and I was like,
Did you do some research, Kaylin, before you went? Did you do a bit more research on her and see what she's won and what she's done in the game?
Dad told me some stuff, but I didn't really read.
Okay, right. So I've dropped Kaylin in it then. Graham, what did you know about Charley?
I watched quite a lot of golf on TV, so I was quite familiar, obviously, watching her. She's been so successful, Solheim Cup. So I was able to tell Kaylin a little bit about, before we went along, about what I guess the extent of the deal of getting a chance to play and meet someone like that, that doesn't happen very often. I've played golf for 40 odd years and I've never done something like that. So yeah, no, it just helps put it all in perspective, doesn't it, before we went?
Yeah.
So it's from your point of view then, Kaylin, obviously, Charlie's one of the best players in the world, but have you ever played a round of golf with a professional golfer, for example?
I mean, Mikey is a professional.
Yes.
He teaches me at Market Harbour Golf Club. He's my coach. And then Kagan's a professional as well. And he's the one who kind of like is helping in the Shires Tour and all that. So, yeah, I've played with them, but like never as high up in the golf rankings as Charley Hull.
Who's your coach, Katie? Mark Gee?
Mikey Chambers. Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. Sorry. I thought it was somebody else. Sorry, Mark.
Got a quick question for Ian then. I'll ask the question myself, and I'll also ask Graham the question as well. Who's the best golfer that you've ever had the opportunity to play with?
I had the opportunity to play with Dame Laura Davies at just up the road from me at Sunningdale Heath. So what she could do with a golf ball is unbelievable.
With myself, it was Nick Doherty, who we mentioned earlier from the England Golf Awards, who I think he got to world ranking, I think 7 or 8. So obviously someone very, very good when he was a player. What about yourself, Graham? Then who's the best golfer do you think you've ever played with?
I got to play with a Scottish golf pro called John Chillis, who was he was very good, did well on the seniors tour especially. But yeah, I think playing with John and then going and playing or seeing and watching Charlie, there was quite a difference, to be fair, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was impressive.
Okay, right. We built it up. We've obviously explained exactly how you won the prize. Let's talk about the days coming up to the event then, because it was all going a little bit pear-shaped, wasn't it, with the weather and the changes of venues. I wasn't staying calm. Were you staying calm, Graham? Or were you staying calm, Kaylin?
I mean, Dad told me like 2 days before that we knew we weren't playing at Woburn, and then we thought we were going to play the roundage on a gun, but then we didn't play the full roundage on a gun, and I was like, no. But it was still equally as fun, I think.
I mean, from your point of view, beforehand, were you obviously Woburn's world-renowned golf course? Was that part of the package? Was that part of the thinking? Wow, we get to play a really good golf course.
Definitely, but Charley Hull plays at Woburn, like that's where she practices and stuff. So she would, even if we went out on the course, she would know all the ways where to go. So I think that would be cool.
Now, what you may not have been aware of, Kaylin, I don't know whether Charlie explained on the day, but actually John and Gaunt was where Charlie, very similar age to yourself, where she did quite a lot of her coaching as a junior golfer, you see. So there was an association with John and Gaunt. It wasn't just thrown up in the air just to try and find somewhere. There was a link in there. Right. So as we mentioned there, the weather intervened a little bit, but it went ahead. We managed to get there. So let's watch the video now. Let's find out what happened on the day, and then we'll get Kaylin and Graham's take on exactly what they thought about what happened. This is what happened on the day.
of like just short game area, do loads of chipping and bunkers and stuff. That gets me so warmed up, especially when I hit a couple of bunker shots. But obviously we're indoors today, so I'll get to the range and I'll then hit just a few pitched shots. Like obviously I want to hit it good on the range, but I never panic too much if I'm not hitting it good. Some of my best rounds I've hit it awful on the range and gone out and played better, like, and vice versa. Wedge shots, got 60 here, and it's a bit dirty and rusty because I haven't got my caddy Adam with me the last few weeks, so I haven't really been cleaning it.
I'm guessing you're not allowed to just stick the balls out in the park.
Give yourself a good life. Slightly just went back on it there. Try and, usually right, a lot of the time when you do that is like when you come down and get your weight on your backside. The best way I practice it, you want to keep your weight on your left side and turn through it. And I used to practice hitting a bunker shot like this. Haven't done it for a while, so I might not get out of the bunker, but it's just good to practice. So I'll go play it right-handed, but have this on here and try and keep my hand on it, but turn at the same time. Because if I go back like that, my hand will come up. I can't do it, but that's because I've come back on it. But if you carry on working on that, it's like, do you know what I mean? Like, it just makes you turn through it and then you don't really get the thin one. Nice shot. Well, you won the competition because you got the closest, so well done. I just hit one shot. Hey, that's good, isn't it?
Good, got a pin, experience.
Yeah. What's your impression?
Yeah, that's good.
Saying my foot's
So, Tom,
Cool, so if you're just having a little pattern. And I'm with some lucky competition winners at John O'Gorn Golf Club in Bedfordshire, playing a round of golf with one of the world's best.
James Beveridge, actually. My handicap's 45 and I'm 12 right now.
Happy, Steve? Yep. Right. So what was that experience like today?
Oh, it was really cool. Charlie was really nice and I think she gave me lots of helpful tips, so hopefully I can improve my swing and stuff, which would be nice.
What was the best tip?
I think she said when we were on the simulator, she said that when you're hitting your shot, don't fall off the left foot, don't like step off of it and keep on left foot. So yeah, that was helpful and I think I can do that on my next shots as well.
And hopefully improve your handicap and maybe win more prizes.
Yeah, I'd like to be down at like maybe 30 by the end of the summer. That's my goal, hopefully. So.
What did you make of the way she hit it today?
So some of the shots she hit, they were really amazing. So the drive on the first hole that we played, it was so cool. And I think if I can hit it like that, like at any point in my life, I'll be so happy. So, yeah.
Good lad. Brilliant. Well done, Kevin. Super. Well done. About today, what did you make of it all?
It was brilliant. I've never met a lady golf. She gave us some
taking today.
Definitely the bunk drills. You keep your left hand on your left knee. So move that, and then that was a brilliant drill. String on the bunk and sit. So that was a really good drill. Oh my god, she just hit so hard. Like, and the good tips of how to hit it hard and young. But that's brilliant.
Now you've earned the right to play with her today, you know, coming through at the competition at the Shires Junior Golf Tour. What a prize that was, can you believe it?
Yeah, well, I think when I was going, Mum told me, oh, Charley Hull can do that prize. Oh, I have to win this. So I won it by miles, actually. I shot my best ever score of 90, and that was really good.
And to do the experience today was better than you imagined then?
Yeah, a lot better than I imagined.
And you take pride?
Yeah.
Well, tell me about your experience today.
Well, it was brilliant, you know, watching Charlie, one of the world's best, you know, hitting the ball. Just brilliant, great experience, and great to see some tips and, yeah, see how she did it.
Yeah, and what do you make of the way that she does do it? I mean, she just hits it beautiful, doesn't she?
Yeah, I mean, her ball strike is crazy, it's so good, and yeah, it really shows like why she is one of the best.
Can you believe you got this opportunity today, having sort of won through on the Shires Junior Golf Tour?
Yeah, no, it's a crazy experience, you know, once in a lifetime sort of thing, and yeah, no, it's a great experience and a great opportunity we've been given.
And obviously you got time indoors with her on the simulator and to play out here as well. I mean, what do you take from the day? Obviously, because you've improved the golf game hugely in just a couple of years.
Yeah, no, I'll take a lot of tips from her that she's told us. Yeah, no, it's going to really help to improve and it's going to give a bit of motivation, you know, seeing how she does her stuff and all the stuff that she's won. It really motivates you to like become better and try and like strive towards her level.
How good do you think you can get?
I'm not sure, I hope pretty good, but yeah, you never know.
Alex, good lad. Well done.
Well done, Ollie.
So that was the Charley Hull Golf Day at John O'Gorn. What did you make of that then, Kaylin?
I thought the video was good.
What about the people who were involved in the video then? There were some good shots in there. There was somebody won the nearest pin out the bunker.
It was me.
I was going to say, actually, Kaylin, can I have your autograph, please? Because
yeah.
I think you've been on telly now, haven't you? And all of that sort of stuff. Can I actually say as well? Not only do you have super cool hair, is that a Pink Floyd top you got on as well? Just to go off subject.
What?
Good man. Good man. yeah. Totally off topic. Sorry, Steve. Back to the Charley Hull Golf Day.
I like your hair as
to
well.
say that for the last 40 minutes. Good lad. Kaylin can come on the podcast. He's already been nominated for Favourite Guest of the Year 2024. So congratulations, Kaylin. I think you're going to win that particular award. In fact, I'm just having it confirmed right now. Breaking news. Yeah, Kaylin does win Guest of the Year 2024. Steve, back to you.
How do I follow that? Right, let's talk about the day then, because obviously we've chatted about the build-up and what your thoughts were when you turned up then. So just for people who are unaware, that initially you went in the golf simulator as a bit of a warm-up, and then you went out into the golf course, played a couple of holes, and got some coaching as well during those holes as well. And obviously, as you saw there, the BBC cameras as well were filming you as well. So when you were in the simulator, what was that like? Have you ever played on a simulator before?
I liked playing in simulators. We used to have a simulator at Harborough, but the simulator here, the actual system, it was really cool. I just have an issue with playing off mats.
It's not real, is it? It's not proper. Yeah.
And it was frustrating me because I was trying to get my ball speed as fast as Dad's one, but I couldn't do it till that right.
You'll get there, Kaylin. You'll get there. don't beat yourself up on that one yet. Your dad's dreading that day.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
Yes. So what was Charley? So Charley took each one of the three players, did a little bit of a session on the simulator. What did she show to you on the simulator when you were hitting a few shots?
Well, she said that what she thinks is when you're like my age, when you're younger, you should instead of focusing on how you hit it or where it goes, you need to focus more on distance, because she thinks if the distance comes first, and then if you focus on shaping the shots and improving your swing later, she thinks that would improve your playing in the future. She also said that for me, when I did a swing, I mean, I already knew this, but I kept falling onto my back foot. And what she said was I need to make 100% sure that I keep both feet on the ground in the follow through. And then when I come through, right foot off the ground. And yeah.
I don't know how much of this, you weren't actually watching all of this when they're on the simulator, were you, Graham? You kind of like took a step back and let Charley look after the kids, didn't you?
Yeah. Well, she knows a lot more about it than I do. So yeah, I was trying to listen, but no, she did. She was great with all of them. I thought on the simulator, and it's not an easy. I don't think it's an easy place with 3 kids, cameras. But the kids, you were all relaxed and hitting some shots, and it was great to watch.
Obviously, the initial
Graham. Sorry, Steve. Graham, how proud were you seeing Kaylin doing that on the day at John O'Gorn with Charley Hull and seeing him being interviewed by the TV cameras and winning the nearest to pin competition? As a parent, how was it for you seeing your son going through all of that?
I just wondered where he got the relaxed attitude from, to be honest. It was great. I was really proud. I was proud of him all season. He goes, he plays, he smiles, and he enjoys it. He doesn't take it too seriously. But he just enjoys the day, and it was the same with Charley Hull as well. He sort of turns up assuming, it's quite relaxed, but it's not until afterwards and you have a little think about it, you think, oh, actually, that was a pretty special day and a good laugh, wasn't it?
What about, so when you went out the simulator and you went out onto the golf course, I mean, just for people who aren't aware, the initial plan was, because the golf course was closed, that we wouldn't be able to go out to the golf course at all. It would be just in the simulator. But as it panned out, the club were very good with us and said, look, you can play a couple of holes. The water's not too bad around those areas. You're not going to ruin the course. So they were great. So we went out to a par 3 hole, and Charley hit. We are going to see it, I think, on the video footage from the BBC. She hit one very, very close, didn't she, Kelly?
It was really close. I was surprised it didn't go in, or it landed really close, but just yeah.
But what did you learn watching her when she was hitting those shots then? Because literally, she'd had a warm up, but that was really the first time, bang, out on the golf course and hitting it close.
Well, when I saw her hit the shot, I was instead of just thinking, oh, what can I learn? I was just like, wow, because the shot shaping and managing to get it on the green, and then also the precision of the distance. It wasn't too far, it wasn't too short, because if it was too short, it would have rolled back down the hill into one of the bunkers. Too far, you go into the trees at the back. It was perfectly dead on the center of the green, and I was just like, wow.
And then when you got up to the green, then so obviously all 3 of you hit shots after Charley hit shots as well, and then she did little sessions in different areas of the so we did a little area in the bunker where you all hit a bunker shot. We obviously saw the video footage there. Now we didn't actually see where your ball finished up, but it almost went in the hole, didn't it?
It was close, yeah.
He's so modest, isn't he, Ian?
So casual, isn't it? It's like, yeah, do that all the time.
Just a day-to-day thing.
And then obviously did a little bit of chipping as well. What did you learn from bunkers and also chipping from Charley then?
When we were doing the bunker thing, they had it on the video. She said that bunkers are about balance, and she had the one-armed exercise thing because she thinks if you practice that will help you keep your balance and stuff. I haven't practiced it yet because I haven't really had a chance because the course has been closed at Harborough. But if I ever get before a competition or like just a medal or something, if I'm practicing in the bunker, I'll just try doing the one-arm thing.
Do me a favour, Graham. Right, if he's going to practice one-handed, yeah, make sure you're stood behind him.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. But it's a great exercise. I remember getting taught it as a junior, and I totally forgot about it.
I remember being taught that. Yeah.
Yeah, and it just it's one of those things you forget when you get old like me. But it's great for them to think about, and it is all about your balance and how you're. I'm rubbish in bunkers as well, so the fact that he beats me out of the bunkers most of the time, anyways, gets a bit depressing.
And what about the chipping as well? Because you did that as well. There was the footage whereby we had the one whereby Charley hit the chip and put it to about 2 or 3 inches. Actually, I think I heard you in the background, Graham, going, "Whoa."
Yeah.
That was it. But from the area that she was at, it was almost an impossible shot trying to hit it on a downhill light onto a downhill green. And she put it to what do you learn when you watch someone do that type of thing?
Well, the way that she hit the shot was instead of because the green was wet, so she knew that if she had hit it too far upwards, it would land and it would stop. And when I saw it and she hit it, I thought it was going to roll down the back, and it came and it hit perfectly on the point of the green where she wanted to hit it. Stopped, not directly, but it slowed down a lot and then stopped right near the hole. It was there, and it was just the precision of the shot was really cool.
And what about when we played the next hole, whereby we played from around about 150, 160 yards out off the fairway, actually hitting full shots? What did you learn from that? Because Georgia, I don't know if you heard her in her interview there, she was saying, wow, Charley hits it hard, and she does, doesn't she?
Well, I learned, for one thing, when I was hitting my shot off the fairway, not to hit a wood off of a tee in the middle of the fairway. Because it didn't go very far. But on Charlie's shot, she hit it right up with I think it was some form of wedge, because it was a short club.
It's a 7-iron and it's a wind.
Yeah, 7-iron. It looked like and it went upwards and it stopped just in front of the green, and then she chipped it on, and it was a really good chip, and it got if this was the hole, it was there. It's really close, and she did it with a really strong swing, and it was really cool.
And also, you did a little bit of putting as well around the green as well. Did you have much of an opportunity to learn as far as what you do with the putting?
We didn't really get to do loads of putting, but in the putting that we did, it was the girl there that was named Georgia. We were doing some putting behind after when the TV man was being interviewed and stuff. We were doing some putting behind the hole, and she was helping with Georgia out with her putting, and she was saying that similar to bunker shots, putting is always about balancing your weight perfectly. And my dad's friend Chris, he calls it train tracks. Basically, you got to have it straight. You got to go right, left, go through it, and it needs to be clean like that.
So Ian made the point. Ian made the point earlier about how proud you were of the way that Kaylin handled the day, Graham. But also, how important is it that he learned the messages which Charley was giving him during the day?
Oh, it's really important because he never listens to me. So,
yes, I do.
So it's great. No, you don't. I think the fact that he's come away and he was listening and it's resonated and he's talking about it, he's telling his friends about it, about what he's done. I think that just shows the impact of that morning, afternoon with Charley. He's talked about it non-stop ever since. And he's looking forward to, once the golf course is open and it stops raining, to getting back out and practicing. So, and that's, I'm really proud of him the way he handled the day. I wouldn't have wanted to stand on the first tee in front of TV cameras and Charley Hull and try and hit a ball. I'd have missed it. So I thought all the juniors were exceptional. They did really, really well and had a great day.
Okay, now you raised a great point there, and we were going to come on to that kind of thing. The day was with Charley Hull. You were playing with one of the world's best golfers. But then just to make it even more complicated, even more stressful, we brought along the BBC to video the whole day, to interview you, to stick a camera in your face. So a completely different experience. Well, I say it's a completely different experience. Kaylin, have you ever been interviewed before by TV?
Don't believe so, no.
And what about you, Graham? Have you?
No, it's my idea of hell, to be honest, Steve. But no, I've never been on TV before or interviewed. So thankfully, they focused on the kids.
I mean, fortunately, Ian wasn't there, because you could have had Ian interviewing you. That would have been even worse.
That's a bit harsh.
Yeah. I know, isn't it right? Isn't that right, Graham? Absolutely.
Yeah. But actually, on a serious point, though, what did you learn from that side of it? Because obviously Charley handled the situation of having a TV camera on her, and she has it all the time. Wherever she goes, particularly at the tournament, because she's one of the names, one of the faces of the LPGA or the Ladies European Tour, whenever she's playing, there's a TV camera following her all over the place. So she handled it, basically as if it wasn't there. Is that how you felt, as if it wasn't there, Kaylin?
Well, you'll see it in the BBC video, but when she gets interviewed, she speaks so fluently, and there's no and pauses in the middle, and it's very clear that she's obviously been on camera a lot, because you can see that she's very confident in front of the camera. When she's taking her golf shots, she's not looking at the cameras and stuff. She's just fully focused on the golf shot. When I was taking my hybrid off the second tee, there was the camera guy, and I was just that's it. So I hit my shot, and I'm not fully blaming it on the camera guy because it was a bad shot, but slightly put me off. Didn't hit a great shot.
Okay, now I'd say about Ian. Ian does do, so as you're aware, Ian does do video at professional events and has covered junior events as well. How aware are you of the fact that you can put off the players, though, Ian?
Yeah, well, we had it, funny enough, with had to tell my cameraman off once with Marcus Armitage, and he stood. My cameraman was doing his backswings, practice shots. He was just a little bit too close, So you got a mouthful from Marcus Armitage. So you do have to be cautious. You do have to be aware. But I'm always of the same philosophy in any sport that I work in. Is we are there to give the viewer the best possible shot that we can give without interfering with play. And if you want to make it as a pro, and if you want to become a professional golfer, you're going to have to learn how to deal with it. Top of any sport, there's riches, there's rewards, there's travel in the world, there's all of this. Part of it is having cameras shoved in your face, and you need to learn how to deal with it. And that's one of the reasons why it's worked so well with the Faldo line grabbing. We're nice, we're nice filming people. We're there to film the sport. We want to make the players look as good as possible. We don't want to see duff shots or anything like that. We want to see great shots. We want their personalities to come out. And I can already see, Kaylin, I've interviewed a lot of people and spoken to a lot of junior golfers and pro golfers, and some of the pro golfers don't want to talk to you. And then you meet people like you, and you've got a permanent smile on your face, but confident as well. And it's a difficult thing to do. How old are you, Kaylin?
Turned 12.
12 years old. I mean, it's a difficult thing to do, isn't it? To perform in front of cameras and talk like you did in that BBC interview. It was brilliant. And I can't stress it enough. It's hard. It's very nerve-wracking. I bet when you went to school and said, I've been interviewed by the BBC, I've just played with one of the best golfers in the world, and your mates are like, oh, well, we went to McDonald's for lunch. Fast food restaurants are available, of course. But what a cool thing to do. Do you know what I mean? And you absolutely should be yourself. And I can see that your dad is very proud, and rightly so too.
When I went to school the day after, so because the thing was on I think it was on Friday. Was it? It was Friday.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, it was a Friday. So when I came back on the Monday, I said to my friends, "Oh, guys, I did the Charley Hull thing, and I was on TV." And they were like, "Oh, cool." And then I had it on BBC. So before school started, I showed them the BBC recording, and they were like, "Oh, that's cool." But previously, before I went, I'm doing this acting thing for school, and I told the people who I was acting with. Because one of them was doing a school golfing thing that I'm also in, and they said to me, "Oh, do you do lots of golfing?" And I said, "Not lots, but I got some cool prizes." And I told them what I did, and they didn't believe me. So next time I see them, I'm shoving the phone in their face and watch.
All right.
Yes.
Well, without further ado, let's see what was on BBC then. Here's the news clip. So just for those it went on BBC Look East. It was in the morning. It was in the lunchtime, and it was also the evening as well. Now this three complete different. This is the one which went out in the evening. This is what it was all about.
Now, they say you should never meet your hero, but for 3 lucky fans of golfer Charley Hull, it was anything but a letdown. Charley is from Kettering, number 8 in the world, and is about to fly off to the Saudi Ladies International, where she hopes to win her first major title. But before all of that, her young admirers got the chance to play around with her at the John O'Gaunt Gold Club in Bedfordshire. This from Tom Williams.
For Kaylin, Georgia and Ollie, an incredible day.
Sharp.
A chance to play golf with one of the world's best. No pressure then. The professional showed them how it's done.
Like there, I get more of a hit, like I hit on it more, if you get what I mean.
Just like that. The lucky 3, all winners on the Shires Junior Golf Tour, earning a round with Charley Hull.
I've always got time for juniors, because obviously I was a junior once and I love being a junior, and I still think I'm a junior sometimes. But no, it's great to see the talent, and it's just nice to be out here with them. That was better. Shot. When I was younger, I was about, from the ages of, I think I was like 9 till I was like 16, 17. I used to have lessons at John O'Gaunt here. I spent hours on this putting green and on this golf course, so it's nice.
Charley's been on tour for over a decade. Still only 27, she's won 6 times and represented Europe in the Solheim Cup. So, no better player to learn from and look up to.
The best way I practice it, you want to keep your weight on your left side and turn through it. There you go.
Charley was really nice, and I think she gave me lots of helpful tips, so hopefully I can improve my swing and stuff, which will be nice.
What did you make of the way that Charley hit the golf ball?
Oh my god, she just hit it so hard. It's like, and the good tips of how to hit it hard when you're young, and I thought that was brilliant.
Nice chip. Get in.
You know, seeing how she does her stuff and all the stuff that she's won, it really motivates you to like become better.
Prize was a cracker, a local golfer as well, someone who has come through the ranks in this area, Charley Hull, you know, and that's a once in a lifetime opportunity.
Charley took 4 weeks off last year, struggling with her mental health. She also revealed she'd been diagnosed with ADHD. But she banked over $2 million in prize money and came so close to breaking through in the majors.
Well, I've been working a lot on my fitness on the off season, trying to strengthen my arms because I'm that weak in my arms, I can't even do a press up, and certain things in my swing that my coach wants me to work on.
You came so close to a major last year.
Yeah, a couple, the US Open, the British Open, but that's what I'm working for.
Charley tees it up in Saudi Arabia tomorrow, on form and in good spirits too, after a warm-up in Bedfordshire they'll never forget. Tom Williams, BBC Look East.
And that's what it was all about, wasn't it? I mean, when you watch that back, Kaylin, or when you watch that for the first time, what were your thoughts on the little piece that the BBC put together there?
I thought it was really good, but in the interview that I had, my voice sounded so unbelievably high pitched to me, and I don't know why, but I really love playing with Charley. It was a great experience, and it was like it was from a Disney cartoon. So it was just a bit weird. But other than that, I think it was great. I thought it was a really good take on it, and you got lots of good stuff. And you got my beautiful sand bunker shot.
It did, yes. I do remember now that they did actually show where your ball finished, and it was very close, wasn't it? Right. Okay. Now let's looking ahead now then. So the things that you learned on the day, we've got a season coming up now. What are your hopes for the rest of the season then?
Well, I was in the summer. My goal is hopefully to bring my handicap down to 30. Is my goal, but so I'm hopefully going to be coming down. My aim is to go twice a week to play golf, 9 or 18 holes, whichever. But that's my goal, and hopefully, if I play enough and I'm consistent enough, I'll get better and better, and go down my handicap, and then maybe. I don't know how it would work if I was to shift from one division to another, but hopefully next time I can be in the silver division.
On the Shires?
Yeah, on the Shires one.
All right.
Now the other interesting thing as well, which Ian may not be aware of as well, but we have a World Champion of Champions which takes place at Lochern in Northern Ireland, and Kaylin qualified to play in that, so you have that to look forward to next year. So when the media turn up there to take interviews, and you know, you can turn around and go, I'm used to this, aren't I?
I'm used to this.
You could be a diva, Kaylin. I only speak to the BBC. You know.
Voice mod on my voice cover.
All right, fantastic. Right, just a final thing then, from your point of view, then Graham, just looking back at the whole experience, then the whole, you know, from start right the way through until it all finished. What was your recommendation for anyone who may have go through the same type of thing? They may play in a pro-am as a junior or something along them lines. What do you try and do and get the best out of it?
Don't take it too seriously. Go enjoy it, soak it up. Just enjoy being out and hitting the golf ball, meeting people. We play the sport to have fun. There's no point in playing it unless you're smiling, and that's what I've always said to Kaylin ever since we started. You know, it's not. I couldn't care less if his handicap comes down or not. As long as he comes off the course smiling, then we're both happy. So we'll just keep doing that, and that's what I'd say to any golfer going out there. Just try and do that the best you can. And it's a frustrating sport, but just don't let it beat you up.
I think it is a bit cruel actually saying that you're the guest of the year Kaylin. You're the guest of the podcast we've ever had on, because no one has left or made us smile as much as you have in this podcast. So thanks very much for Kaylin for coming on the podcast.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah. Also have to say big thanks as well to John and Gaunt Golf Club for looking after us. Woburn would have been great. We have got some prizes which Charlie gave to all 3 kids. She sent them off to Woburn thinking we were going to be there, kind of thing. So I've got those. So you've got some prizes coming your way as far as that's concerned. But thanks very much to John and Gaunt. Thanks very much to the BBC, Tom Williams, for coming along and doing the video. Thanks very much to Ian for not coming along, but helping out with this podcast.
North of Watford, though, isn't it? Isn't it like north of Watford or something? I get a nosebleed. Anything further north of the M25, I get a bit of a nosebleed.
Yes, and also you didn't want to be outshone by some proper golfers. So there you go.
That's true. That's
right.
Actually the real truth.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes. Right. Just a quick update then on Progress Junior Golf podcast we've got coming up. We've got one coming up called Junior Golf is Fun, where we're going to look at things like crazy golf, long putting challenge, golf darts, night golf, which someone might remember. Someone was part of that. We're going to do one on golf rocks and golf rookies, and we're going to do one on junior golf camps and golf academies as well. So those are some of the podcasts which we're going to be covering in the weeks and months ahead, and I'm sure we're going to find some other things to cover as well. But this podcast was all about the Charley Hull Golf Day. It was Georgia Monday, Oliver Goodman, and the one and only Kaylin Beveridge, who were part of the day with Charlie. So thanks so much for all those 3, and thanks so much for everyone else for watching. We shall see you soon. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Cheers. Thank you.
Bye.